Shalom, shalom, and happy Shabbat, Israel. First of all, I want to start off, as always, by giving the honor and praise to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai, for the blessing and the reading of His holy and righteous words. All right, happy Shabbat, people, and we're back. All right, last weekend I had to take to myself, I really wanted to get deeper into my words, you know what I'm saying, and I just really wanted to just sit back and I just wanted to read. I just wanted to spend the whole Sabbath reading. And that I did, and I'm still getting into it, but I'm not going to be doing two, Sabbaths, like not reaching out to my royal family, okay? So this first installment, I might be able to get through it if I don't waste too much time. It's called The Parables of Christ. All right, we always heard he spoke in parables, right? But you never hear nobody say, read none of the parables, all right? But a lot of our people, in the truth, they go through the parables and all of that stuff, all right? So we going to go through it today, and we're going to try to, knock out some of these parables, all right? I might could get through it all at once. So without further ado, let's get to it. Let's go to Matthew chapter 21 and verse, just a second, Salakia. Get that off of there. Let's go to Matthew's, where we going? 21 and 33. And this is the parable about the husbandman in the vineyard. Okay? So we're gonna start this one off. And this is Yahweh Shai talking, so it's all red letter. All right. Here another parable. There was a certain householder which planted a vineyard, and hedged it round about, and digged a winepress in it, and built a tower, and lent it out to the husbandman. Is lending it out to the husbandman. Okay, and went into a far country, and when the time of the fruit drew near, he sent his servants to the husbandman, that they might receive the fruits of it. All right, so the person that's building the vineyard is the Most High, okay? And lending it out to the husbandmen will be the prophets, to keep watering the children of Israel with the scriptures, with the words and the keeping of the commandments, all right? So we're going to, and so, in ancient times, that was supposed to be the scribes and the Pharisees' job, okay? But they didn't do, as you can see, such a good job of that, all right? So we're gonna continue on because it breaks it more into great detail. Verse 35. And the husbandman took his servants and beat one, and killed another, and stoned another. Okay, so did I pass this one? Well, just to make sure, I'm gonna read 34 just to be. I think I skipped 34, y'all. Forgive me for that. And when the time of the fruit drew near, he sent his servants to the husbandman, that they might receive the fruits of it. And the husbandman took his servants and beat one, and killed another, and stoned another. Okay, so the things that's happening to the servants was what happens to the prophets. Okay, so the vineyard is the children of Israel. We are the fruits, okay? And we supposed to have been tilling to this earth as well, okay? The earth also fits into that too, okay? So we're going to get to 36, and we're going to get more in detail of, what it's talking about. Because he's spoken in a lot of different parables so you can get it. If you didn't get this one, then Yahweh Shai gave you another parable. He knew that we are very visual people, and if you don't understand, and, we break stuff down, as a little parable. All right, so let's get it. Verse 36. Again, he sent other servants more than the first, and they did unto them likewise. Okay, so now the Lord has sent more prophets, and look what they did. They killed the prophets. If you notice, all through the Bible, a lot of the prophets always have horrible deaths, man. All right, they always die horrible deaths. Okay, so you got to remember something now. The vineyard is the Most High, okay? The husbandman who made the vineyard, which is the earth, okay? So the servants is the prophets. You know, they come to check on the vineyard, make sure the scribes and Pharisees were doing their job, which they wasn't. In today's time, the scribes and Pharisees would be your pastors and your bishops in the Christian church. All right, there's no other better way to explain it. Okay, so where was I? 36. Oh, okay, yeah. So 37. But last of all, he sent unto them his son. Okay, that sound familiar? Who sent their son to die for our sins? Okay, so we're gonna keep reading it because we know that's Yahushua, saying, "They will reverence my son." But when the husbandmen saw the son, they said among themselves, "This is the heir. This is the heir. Come, let us kill him, and let us seize on his inheritance." All right. Now that was the scribes and Pharisees, and you know, some of the people that didn't believe that Christ came. All right, they didn't believe him. They thought he was just another nigga. Let's just say it in layman's terms. You know what I mean? And that's how it is today. Same way we bring this book to people and we try to read and tell them keep the commandments. Guess what? They don't believe this stuff gonna happen. That's why Christ said the same they did with me, they're gonna do the same with you. All right, so let's not think because you woke up now it's gonna be all, you know, bubble gum and raindrops. No, man. You know, and some of you might be tried unto blood. But guess what? We know the end game to the situation. Okay? Now, if you scared and all of that, then stay in the house, you know, dive back in the world and burn with this place. You got to realize something. Everybody has a due date. Okay? And I don't mean having a baby. I mean your dead date. Everybody has a death date. How you decide to leave is totally up to you. You can leave and be a mighty man in the spirit, or you know, or a mighty sister, mighty princess, or you can go out like a square. But you're gonna go out. That's one thing. Death is gonna happen. No matter who you are, you're gonna see death. All right. Might as well make it honorable. Okay. Serving the Most High God. All right. So let's get to it. Okay. Verse 39. And they caught him and cast him out of the vineyard and slew him. When the Lord therefore of the vineyard cometh, what will he do unto those husbandmen? Okay. And so I'm just going to use 41 to answer what he said. All right. They say unto him, he will miserably destroy those wicked men and will let out his vineyard unto other husbandmen, which shall render him the fruits of their seasons. Okay. So they gave the vineyard unto other husbandmen. All right, we know what that is. That's captivity for you. All right, we didn't do such a good job. You know, for one, we always want to worship other gods, follow our oppressors. We do that today. We still do the same stuff in the spirit. There's nothing new under the sun. You understand? So you have to remember one thing. If this stuff happened back then, you can trust and believe it's happening now, and it's gonna happen now. Okay, so a lot of people, you know, I get a lot of people that says, "Oh, that was old times." Let me tell you something. This Bible don't have an expiration date on it. It has past prophecies that happen, future prophecies, you know, and then the end. You know, that's what's gonna happen. So this book don't have a expiration date. All right, this book will always forever be relevant. Okay, it's very relevant. So we're gonna go to verse 22 because I'm gonna stay all in Matthew's. All right, because he did a lot of his parables in Matthew's. Okay, so we're gonna do Matthew. Let's do the parable of the wedding. Okay, another one he did was the parable of the wedding. And yeah, so we're going to go to verse 22. Chapter 22. I keep saying verse. Chapter 22, verse 1. And we're going to read this on down about 15. Okay. So this is another parable that he did about the wedding. That's why we always call it a wedding. And now you're going to get it if you never read about the wedding parable. All right. So here it is. Book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 1. And Yahushua answered and spake unto them again by parables, and said, The kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son. Okay, now let's stop right there. Okay, so it already tell you the scenario. The certain king is the Most High God, the big man, the Father. All right, which made a marriage for his son. His son is Yahushua. All right, so we're gonna keep reading on. Verse 3: and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. Now the servants that he's bidden to come to the wedding would be yours truly, the royal family, us. All right, and you got some that's kicking against the bricks, don't want to show up to this wedding. Okay, so when he come back is the wedding. You understand? But a lot of us don't want to go there. I don't know why. It's beautiful, but anyway, I digress. So we're going to keep reading on. Verse 3: and sent forth his servant to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. Verse 4: again he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner, my oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come unto the marriage. Okay, so he's telling them now, okay, come on to the marriage, because that's almost the end of the world. Okay, just skipping straight to the end. That's almost the end of the world. When Christ come back, it's going to be the great wedding. It's going to be a dark and terrible day, but it's going to be a great day for the ones that was patiently waiting on him to come. Remember, his rewards come with him. All right, so let's go to verse 5. But they made light of it and went their ways, one of his farm, another to his merchandise. Verse 6: and the remnant took his servants and entreated them spitefully and slew them. There you go again. They always slaying the prophets. They tried to come and bid them to come to the wedding, to wake up, keep these commandments, repent, turn from your wicked ways, change. All right? And a lot of our people do not like change, so they will just blow this off as we tripping, we losing it, and in actuality, it's them that just really don't want to change. Some don't want to put down weed. Some don't want to put that bottle down, okay? Some don't want to put down the pork chop sandwich. Some people is willing to burn in hell over a ham sandwich. It's sad to say, but some willing to do that. You know, some is going to die over a fancy feast at Red Lobster, eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. All right, so anyway, verse 7. But when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and he sent forth his armies and destroyed those murderers and burned up their city. You see how that's going to turn out? That's going to turn out kind of bad, man. That's going to turn out very bad for a lot of people who's kicking against the bricks, man, thinking all they have to say is, I'm sorry, Lord, and I get to do whatever the hell I want. That's madness. All right, that's utter and total madness, man. To even believe that. Say it out loud to yourself. Go look in the mirror and say, I can do whatever the hell I want. All I have to do is say I'm sorry. And try to say that with a straight face without puking up laughing at yourself. All right, anyways, let's get back to it. Where was I at? Okay, so verse 8. Then saith he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. Okay, that's not a good thing. They were bidden. That's many are called, but few are chosen, man. All right, and we're gonna get to that too. All right. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid them to the marriage. All right. So that's the highways and hedges. You know that they tell you got some of the brothers that's out there on the side of the roads swinging forth that sword, man. You know what I'm saying? And they bidding people to come in. And you got people, the Most High is making it where there's no way out of this. You can't escape it. When you go outside, you're going to run into one of those brothers that's on the corner yelling, thus saith the Lord, man. Guess what? You want to sit back and unwind, and you get on your computer or on your laptop or whatever you're getting on. Guess who you're running to? Yours truly. And a lot of other mighty brothers, man, that's out here doing the work. That's out here bidding people to come in. Pretty soon, it's going to be on your TV screen. You're not going to be able to get rid of this word, all right? It's spreading like wildfire. Everywhere you go, you're going to see an Israelite screaming, "Thus saith the Lord." And once that number get met, that 1/3 and 144,000 sealed, it's time to get up out of here. All right, all praises to the Father, and we want that. Okay, we want that thing, man. You know, we tired of seeing the madness that's going on right now. It's a lot of crazy stuff. They got this song I ran across called "Drop It Low for Jesus." It's just like every time I'm just seeing this stuff, just making my spirit sick. Okay, that's another reason why, like, I had to just take a time out and just, Lord, I just want to focus on you. I just want to open this book. I just want to dive in and just forget the world even exists right now. I just want to dive in and focus on you. So, that's what I did, and it was beautiful, and I'm still going. But still, guess what? It's still people that need food, okay? So I can't forget, to bid y'all to come in, all right? We're going to keep going. Where was I at? Okay, yeah, so verse 10. No, let's just do verse 9, okay? Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good, and the wedding was furnished with guests. Okay, so at this point, it's like a desperate plea, man. Like, you got to go on out there, just get whoever you can to come on in. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you got a lot of like low life people that's waking up. Guess what? In all praises, it's a lot of people that's waking up that you never would have thought would have woke up. You know what I mean? It's people. That's why you don't see too many saints. So-called today's standards of saints. Them churchy people. Them the ones you would have thought be the first ones to wake up. No, guess who the Most High going to find? The drug dealers and the strippers and all them. And guess what? Now you seeing them and they got like fringes on, man. Talking about "Thus saith the Lord." All right, this stuff ain't no game, man. And so that lets you know the times that we are in too by just reading the parables and putting two and two together. All right, and that's another thing is the Most High gives spiritual discernment. So we watching. All right, we watching for the times. We seeing the stuff lining up. We seeing the havoc. We seeing the murders. The murder rate is going up. We're watching the weather. The weather is going crazy all over the globe. If you're not watching it, please watch you some type of overseas news. It's showing like Africa is getting the works. Okay, European countries getting the works. Texas just got the works. Like, this stuff is ramping up. It's going fast too. All praises to the Father, because I'm ready to get out of here. I don't know about you. I'm tired of this place. Okay, I am tired of this place. All right, verse 11, let's get it. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. Okay, so he wasn't prepared. All right, so watch what's going to happen. And he said unto him, Friend, how camest thou in hither not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. Then said the king to the servants, Bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him into the outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Verse 14. For many are called, but few are chosen. Okay, now let me tell you what that the many are called, but few are chosen. It's a lot of people heard about this word and haven't done nothing since. They're just living life, walking from day to day around, holding this knowledge in their pocket and doing nothing with it. You're holding this, you sitting around people watching them still sinning. You ain't said nothing. You ain't at least tried to bring up the book. You ain't at least warned them, hey brother, it's bad to be smoking, man. You know what you doing? You still taking the blunt out their hand and you hitting it for yourself. And you're gonna die. That's the man that's not have his garment on, getting ready to get up out of here. You still ain't wearing no fringe. You still making up lame, dumb excuses of why you can't put on the fringe. But then you see these guys, next you see you coming out the damn shopping center, man, with plenty of bags of shoes. You can buy new shoes, but you can't spend a cent on the Lord and get you some fringes, man, and get your spirit ready and right. A lot of y'all is going to pay, man. You're sitting here wasting time like this thing is finna last forever. But I'm going to tell you this now. Thus saith the Lord. When that sky crack, all cards are on the table. It's over with. Show your hand. Show me your fruits. Who did you wake up? Who was you what was you doing for yourself? How did you examine yourself daily? How did you get yourself ready? Okay? There's a lot of half-Israelites out there. Yeah, and I said it like that. Half-Israelites. You half Israelite, half in the world. All right? And the Most High don't want no lukewarm person, man. He'll spew you out of his mouth. He don't want these half-Israelites. And what I mean by half-Israelites is you doing a Sabbath till somebody call you. Hey, man, we having a party today. We having a cookout. You coming through? You're like, damn, yeah, I'm going to come on through. I'm going to slide on through there. Now you going and you sitting with the same people that's going to burn up. And guess what? You're going to be the same one. Christ said when he come back, if he catch you with any of the people that you wasn't supposed to be around, man, you're going to die right with him. It's not going to, hold up, Lord, let me explain to you. See, I was really doing the Sabbath. No, he's not going to hear none of that. He's going to destroy you. You're going to die a horrible death. Thus saith the Lord, man. All right? So we're gonna keep it moving, man. We're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it. I'm gonna try to shoot through it, but I got a feeling it's gonna be a two-parter. Okay? It's gonna be a two-part. Because it's just a lot just been on my spirit. And these people is ramping it up. And guess what? And we ramping it up. It don't stop and it ain't over with. All right? Because we think it's a game, man. We think we have all day. We slack when it comes to this. We think, oh, the Lord, he ain't coming back no time soon. This stuff's so old. And let me tell you something. When we was in Egypt, serving out our captivity over there, we served 430 years. All right, this been 400 years, and I'm pretty sure when they was over in Egypt, they thought the same thing. That's why they had a lot of Egyptian customs that they were doing when they marched up out of there. All right, there's nothing new under the sun. We got to get this right, or you're gonna get left behind. Matter of fact, sit there and sometimes meditate on that, man. Imagine the bombs getting ready to drop, man, and you sit there and all the chariots pull off, and you watch them like in the distance. That scares the hell out of me, man. And now you sitting there looking over and you see your oppressors, and they like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? And now you sitting there like an Israelite, and they looking at you like, why didn't they take you up? They seen a lot of other, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans get took up, and you like standing damn there with no fringes on still. Probably eating a damn bacon sandwich by then. You understand? It's not a game, man. A lot of y'all is gonna die. Y'all learning this information, man, and you taking your lamp and you sitting it under a bushel, not letting your light shine before men. Because you too ashamed and you don't really want to, I don't want to offend nobody. All that old soft stuff that America taught you how to be, man. A soft, effeminate man. You don't want to tell nobody? You're not waking somebody up? All right, man. You stand before the Lord and he asks you that, man. And he's going to play back your life like a videotape, man. That's scary. I meditate on that type of stuff, man. Just like, damn, what's that me, man? He's just like, yeah, I saw that time you was finna do this and you didn't. You was gonna say this and you didn't. All right, you supposed to rebuke this person and you didn't. I meditate on that, man. I look at it from both sides. I look at it from, I get took up and I'm watching this place get blew to shit, man. All right, this is not a game. We got too many people out here playing, man. I'm still seeing people celebrating birthday parties and everything. Just like this birthday thing is like seriously with people. They just like taking this to the brain. All right, but I digress, man. We astonishing other nations, man. Like they look at us and be like, y'all, ooh, I wish I was God's favorite. Y'all, this what y'all doing? Dropping it low for Jesus. Like, go to Psalms 44 and 14, man. This is what I want to do. I just want to read this one. Because this is what we is, man. Matter of fact, go to Psalms 44 and 13. I just want to pull this one up. Wasn't even planning on it. Alright, let's get it. Psalms chapter 44 and verse 13. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and a derision to them that are round about us. That's the people around us, the other nations that's watching us, man. Verse 14 is the point I want to get to. Thou makest us a byword among the heathen. You a nigga. You a thug. You a coon. Some of these niggas is coons. Alright? And the main part right here, a shaking of the head among the people. That's who we are, man. Other nations literally look at us and just be like, I know we don't have the Father. Y'all have the actual Father. We make deities and fake gods imitating y'all. Y'all have the real one true God. And in this book, the whole time, we want to imitate them imitating us. Like it's crazy. It's madness when you think about it. We spend most of our time following them, praising their God. And guess who they're imitating? They're making up a God because we have the one true Father that sits high, man, and looks low. And we running around imitating them. It's madness, y'all. It's total madness. And I'm not gonna lie, it's some days that, and I know a lot of my people is like that. Because we're getting more closer to the Father, so guess what? We're feeling the anger of the Father. He pours it on his children, so we can get a taste of that, man. There's times where I want to damn throw up, man, looking at this stuff. All right, I be sometimes just so pissed, like just looking at the foolishness of my people and how we egg the foolishness on. Like we ramp that up. Okay, we gone mad, y'all. That's no better way to say it. All right, so I just want to let's go to Lamentations chapter 2, verse 14. And let's just see our fall from grace, man. You know what I mean? Let's go to Lamentations chapter 2, verse 14. And we're going to read that one down about 22. All right. Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity, to turn away thy captivity, but have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughters of Jerusalem, saying, Is this the city that the men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? That's literally precepting what I just said, a shaking of the head. They clap their hands at us. When they see you acting a fool and they clapping, they're not clapping because you're doing a great performance of your ignorance. They're clapping because as long as you acting a fool, they stay in rule. They stay in rulership, man. That's what this says right here. I'm going to read it again so it can melt into your brain. Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity, to turn away thy captivity, but have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughters of Jerusalem, saying, Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? That even twofold goes to the woman, man, walking around here with booty shorts on, where you can see her ass cheeks hanging out, and then have the audacity to tell somebody, what you looking at? I'm looking at the damn astonishment that came out the house butt ass naked. You can't make this stuff up, man. And that's what they look at us like. We walk around here with all Fruit Loop colors in our damn heads, grown ass people. But and the only time, I just can't stand it. The only time my people feel beautiful is slapping that blonde, nasty ass hair on the top of their heads. You know why? Because they melted that stuff into your brain. They seared it into your brain like a hot iron. You grew up playing with blonde hair baby Barbie dolls. Every cartoon always had a blonde cartoon white chick on there. It's just everywhere you go. So when you grow up, eventually it's played into your subconscious so long that now you're acting out the part. The first thing you go in the store and see is a big blonde wig, and you go and get it and slap it on top of your beautiful wool hair. All right, and they convince you that your stuff is ugly while they're sneaking and turning around trying to look like you. They're going to put the collagen in their lips and getting the Brazilian butt lifts. And look what we turned around and did. Now you got people with asses going to get more asses put on their asses. Literally, I meant it exactly the way I just said that. That's how foolish we sound. I'm seeing women walk around with toothpick legs and a big old SpongeBob square ass on the back of them. You can't make this stuff up. We walk around here looking like cartoon characters now. Marking them. We always trying to follow everyone except the Most High God. It's astonishing, man. You cannot make this stuff up. All right, I'm finna read on. Verse 16. All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we looked for. We have found, we have seen it. That's what they say about us. They say, man, we did a good job. We're going to stay in rulership, y'all. We got them. The women hating the men hating the women sleeping with the women, and the men sleeping with the men. Yes, we got it, y'all. Now let's bring into the law the LGBT, WNRX, LMNOP people, and just say everybody just sleep with everybody. Everybody fuck somebody. And they got us in a smorgasbord of just iniquities. And that's what they say. This is the day we've waited for. Oh, it's going to be hard to wake up that 1/3. Well, guess what? It's not. We're back. And it's happening fast, too. And it's making Esau mad, man. That's why you see these mass shootings, mostly from the other nations. All right? It's mostly from the other nations because they like, man, we thought we had them. Because out of every 20, 30 you scrippers up and down that pole, one sister slipped it right into this and got woke up. And now she's leaving the club. And she's throwing on her dress. And she's sitting in her royalness. Okay? They looking. They paying attention. They said 40% of the marriages have gone up. I wonder what royal family have been getting married and making things back honorable again. They said in the urban community, so you know that's black, right? All right? They know what's going on. They know the sales of pork has plummeted. They're like, wait a minute. Somebody's following the Bible now. They knowing this. That's how they keep track of stuff. Depending on what sales went up and what's going down and all this stuff. They're noticing now that there's shortages on like chicken and stuff like that. But pork, shrimp, crab, and lobsters out the roof, man. It's available everywhere. Because people is waking up. All praise to the Father. And you should pat yourself on the back for that. And thank the Most High Yah, man. Look east and thank the Father for finding favor in you, man. All right? Verse 17. The Lord have done that which he had devised. He hath fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old. He hath thrown down and have not pitied. And he hath caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. I'm going to read that again. And he hath caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. He hath set up the horn of thine adversaries. Who placed the enemy over us? The Most High Yah. And that's what it's saying. He's placed us over us for our punishment. All right? This is for us to learn our lesson, man. You know? So you have to learn this lesson. And if you don't learn this lesson, you're going to fall to the wayside. All right? So I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to split this into a 2-part series, okay? Because I know I was doing a lot of rambling. I took up most of the time because, hey, man, we need this medicine, all right? We need this medicine. This stuff is ramping up faster and faster. People are still partying like we in the damn 90s. And you're gonna die, man. I'm not fear-mongering all that, but I'm saying, thus saith the Lord, man. Thus saith the Lord. And the times is here. Chariots everywhere now. You know what's crazy? When you got Esau on damn TV, like, oh, what's this? I don't know what's this. Then they just sending in just different videos after videos after videos. I just seen a video where it was chariots literally like in an army formation in the sky, in a big square, and then they just all started parting off. And you got some white guy in the background like, oh my God, what is this? This looks crazy. Guess what? As above, so below. Down here, guess what? Armies is practicing and getting ready for this big war. Guess who in the heavens getting ready for you? All praises to the Father, man. All praises to the Father. All right, so I'm gonna read this. Let me see. Let's read 18, and I'm gonna go on down to 22. All right. Their heart cried unto the Lord, O wall of the daughter of Zion. Let tears run down like a river day and night. Give thyself no rest. Let not the apple of thine eye cease. Arise, cry out in the night. In the beginning of the watches, pour out thine heart like water before the face of the Lord. Lift up thy hands toward him for the life of thy young children that faint for hunger in the top of every street. All right, that's still talking about us. Okay, that's still talking about us. And that's how we've fallen from grace, man. We fell to a lower state, and now we're fighting to get ourselves back out of it, people. Okay, verse 20. Behold, O Lord, and consider to whom thou hast done this. Shall the women eat their fruit, and the children of a span long? Shall the priest and the prophet be slain in the sanctuary of the Lord? The young and the old lie on the ground in the streets. My virgins and my young men are fallen by the sword. Thou hast slain them in the day of thine anger. Thou hast killed and not pitied. That's the enemy, man. That's the enemy. And they're still doing that to us. Okay? You got to get it right, man. Okay. So I'm going to read 21 again. The young and the old lie on the ground in the street. My virgins and my young men are fallen by the sword. Thou hast slain them in the day of thine anger. Thou hast killed and not pitied. Thou hast called as in a solemn day of terrors round about, so that in the day of the Lord's anger none escaped nor remained. Those that I have swaddled and brought up have mine enemy consumed. All right, we fell from grace, y'all. That's how we have. We've literally fallen from grace. All right, so I'm gonna keep this one quick. I'm gonna have to do a second part, because I just want our people to wake up. You understand? And this stuff is ramping up, and it's a beautiful thing, man. This is a beautiful thing, and I just want y'all to just hearken to what we read, study to show thyself approved, continue to stay 10 toes down in this truth. We don't have long, people. Okay? We don't have long. So with that being said, I love y'all. Keep the commandments. Happy Sabbath. Keep the Sabbath day holy. Study, read, repent, fast, and pray often. I love you, Israel. I'm out.